I think I got this figured out. I think we're live. Let me see here. Are we live? I think we are. I'm going to give a few minutes here. Let me see. Are we live? Y'all tell me in the chat.
Nick was kid everything, but that marked one of the darkest chapters.
Already here.
Was kid
All right, we are live. Okay, it is working.
One of the darkest chapters.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. All right, we are live. Okay, it is working. Inaugural. Okay, excellent. Live stream. I'm going to do it on the first. All right, we are live. Okay, it is working. Inaugural surprise live. Okay, excellent. Live stream. I'm going to do it on the first. All right, we are live. Okay, it is working. Inaugural surprise live. Okay, excellent. Live stream. All right, I managed to put the chat. It is working. Inaugural surprise live. Okay, excellent. Live stream. All right, I managed to put the chat. It is working. Figured that would work. Y'all let me know. Voice sounds okay. Bad audio. Echo. How about now? How about now? Good? Okay, cool. I had the audio on the video going, so my bad. Hey, listen. I'm trying to get the chat in the live stream today. I'm actually working on getting a StreamYard account set up and sort of going to practice with that to start live streaming with that. That should make it a lot cooler and better. So anyway, welcome everyone. Hello, everybody. Welcome to all the mods. Daniel, Brooker, Sage, I saw. Heiser, everyone jumping in. Jessica. Yeah, shout out where you're from, y'all. That's my favorite part of doing the live streams at the beginning. Where's everyone joining us today? Casey's wearing his vetted underwear. Don't ask how they were vetted. San Jose, Richmond, South Sweden, Toronto, Atlanta, Puerto Rico, London, Raleigh, wow, Long Island, Fort Collins, Hong Kong, Tampa, South UK, Sydney, Australia, NYC, the Moon, London, Norway, UK, Fort Worth, Hotlanta, Santa Barbara, California, UK, Yorkshire, Western Australia, Manitoba, Newfoundland. I don't know if I'm saying that right. North Texas here, Atlanta, Montreal, Devon, UK, Seattle, Kokomo, Glasgow, Charlotte, Chicago, Alberta. Wow. I mean, we literally have the entire world here. Long Island, again, Florida, Atlanta, North Korea, Aberdeen, Charlotte, yeah, Winnipeg, Las Vegas. Dude, this is crazy, y'all, right? We're all hanging out. We're global, baby. Tijuana, Pavel joining us. Shout out to Pavel. Man, did y'all see Pavel's interview with Professor Simon Holland? If you haven't, go to his channel and check that out. Go to his Twitter if you want. You can find it there. Amazing. Great interview. Dude, Vetters Unite. Riverdale. Blackpool, UK. Motor City. Detroit, baby. What is that? Cromwell, Connecticut. Carrollton. Checking in. Y'all gang. That's right, y'all. We're the y'all gang. Motor City, rock and roll. Hell yeah. Illinois, Cape Canaveral. I don't know what that is. Alabama, maybe? Yeah. I get it. Wales. Love it. Paris. Okay, Antarctica. Relax. An old bar. That's what I'm talking about. Area 51. Yeah, let's do it. We got some people that got some merch. Excellent. Thank you, Mark. Want my disclosure now shirt? That's a great idea. I had some new shirts coming, but whatever, behind the scenes stuff, kind of whatever. So we do have some new shirts coming. A disclosure now shirt would be cool. Columbus, shalom from Israel, shalom. As-alaikum salam, is that it? Hi from Cleveland. Disclosure yesterday shirt. That's even better. Disclosure yesterday. That's great. Neil says, can't stay long, stay strong, vetters. Peace. Thanks, Neil. Seattle. Dude, I want to go to Seattle so bad. I've got friends there that have never been. Good evening. Yes, hello, everyone. All right, let's jump in. What do y'all want to know here? Feel free to ask questions, but I do have a few things to talk about. One thing that I noticed when I was setting up for this, Luis Elizondo has blocked VETTED on Twitter. I just thought that was odd. It was like, what? This is crazy, right? Like, I don't know what that's about. So, boom, you're hearing about it first right here. So, just curious. I don't tag Luis. I don't comment. Nothing. I don't interact with him on Twitter at all. I never have. I probably liked some posts maybe or even retweeted some of his stuff, so in support of him. So I don't know. What did I do? I don't know, Bruggers. I exist. I woke up. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all are here for the videos too. What do I do that's so wrong on the videos, right? Like, tell me what's going on. It's not like something in private is happening. So I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. But again, remember, VETTED isn't built on interviews. I don't need the interviews, right? So it is what it is. Look, you're going to get Luis Elizondo interviews, right? And anybody that you want interviewed, they will get interviewed across the internet by somebody. And I can still vet those interviews, right? Yes, would it be nice to have one-on-one? But look, people just don't want, I don't know. I am starting to think they just don't want me asking them questions. I am starting to think that. Maybe he doesn't like beanies. Yeah, hey, listen, we all have our hates. I get it. So, I don't know. But again, y'all are here for most of these questions. I mean, I don't think any questions I would ask would it be stuff a lot of people would want to know, right? So, Tupa in the house. Welcome, Tupa. Leanne in the house. Welcome, Leanne. Yeah, I mean, not worried about the Luis thing. Again, I don't tag him. I don't comment in his stuff. I don't anything. I don't harass him. I don't troll him. I don't do anything like that. Everything I do, it goes in a video. That's it. It's public. Yeah, Burger's got a good idea. Put questions in all capitals. If you can, if you got a question for me, put it in all caps, and then I'll know that right away. I'll be able to see that. Yeah, I hope everyone's Easter's was great. It was for me. Are you playing the last bit of that video, Andrew Stacy? I don't know what that means, Andrew. My Easter was great. I hope y'all's was great. VETTED, have you followed the recent revelations about Havana syndrome? I saw that they did a 60 Minutes thing. I would like to cover that this week coming up, for sure. That's very interesting. There's a few stories that are kind of bubbling right now that I do want to cover. But with the Easter weekend, I decided to throw up a couple interviews and kind of leave those there. What are your thoughts on the P. Diddy raid? Zero, JP Cole. Zero thoughts on that. Yeah, we're on the radar, Leia, sorry. Or Laia, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But yes, we are the VETTED community as a whole, right? I think, even the videos that we put out, right, then the comment section gets filled up with y'all in there asking questions as well. I think people are intimidated by that to some extent because they know, oh, shit, if I go unvetted, there's going to be 500, 600, 700 questions, 800 comments about, you know, going on there. A lot of people don't get that kind of engagement, you know, so, and that's y'all. That's the vetted community, man, you know, applying that sort of pressure. So you have been vetted and found lacking. Yeah, that's funny. What do you like on your tacos, El Taco Grande? Tacos al pastor, pork tacos. If anyone knows what those are my favorite. You ever think about doing interviews with people from Congress? Yeah, for sure. All in due time. We got our booker working on it, so that's going to be helping me get some of these interviews and reaching out with more professional, you know, template, if you will. So that's going to help. We have a booker working for the show. When is Grush's op-ed coming out? I don't know. Okay, I'm getting behind here. I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. Let's start here. In your opinion, Patrick, what's the most compelling UAP-related incident? That's interesting. I guess Nimitz, maybe. I mean, just right now off the top of my head, just because of all the, you know, Commander David Fravor, such a reliable source, and all the accompanying people. Alex Dietrich, the co-pilot, right? So, Chris Bledsoe has Meetup. Can you see what that's about? Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I can try to. Any news on upcoming interviews? Michael Herrera. Great question, Haley. Yes, I do want to bring that up. So, Michael Herrera has declined an interview with me, and I do have a video coming out. And the guy that's sort of, you know, leading his investigation, like, independently, he tried to get me an interview with Michael, and Michael doesn't want to do it, which no big deal. Still going to move ahead with the video. I was able to get an interview with that guy who has never done an interview. So, and just going to use some of the other content that's out there. And I've got some other people that I got their opinion about it. I'm going to be including that in it. But as far as getting Michael Herrera, it's not happening. He doesn't want to do it. Maybe there is something behind the scenes where they're like, don't go unvetted. Let's just screw him. We'll you know what I mean? If we don't give him interviews, he'll go away. That's not going to work if that's their plan. Johnny Moore, hi, can you tell us more about your Scottish background, please? I don't know anything too much about it. Armstrong clan. I just know that's it. That's all I know. Do you think you will make contact during the upcoming eclipse? I mean, I've never tried to make contact, so yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But the eclipse will be interesting. It's going to pass right over where I live. So maybe I'll do a live stream for that. I don't know. That's interesting. The eclipse is interesting. It's passing right over where I live, sort of like a every 100 years thing. So that's interesting. The European UAP thing, Andrew, yes. Pardon me. I did see that. And dude, Europe is so much more organized about this and open. I wish America was. Anything new from Kenneth? Is it Newth or Knuth? I'm not sure. No, Mark, I don't know. Who would you most like to interview more than anyone else? Avi. That's a great question, Avi. That's actually a really good question. Let me think about that. I don't know. In your opinion, who are the worst grifters in ufology? That's a tough call. That's a tough word. That's a very strong allegation. You got to have your ducks in a row to say that out. For you commenting, that's different. For me, as a, sort of public in this, I can't just come out swinging like that exactly. But yes, do I think there's some people out there, anybody holding information behind a paywall, like secret information is suspicious. Error report, Vanderberg's, Jesus. Guy's favorite taco topping. Taco. Okay, I'm trying to get to some of these other questions. I appreciate that taco question though. Vandenberg Space Force Base. I don't know anything about that. Lou Elizondo now has a YouTube channel and Instagram. I saw that. I don't know if that's an April Fool's joke. Right? It is April Fool's. I thought about doing a joke here, but I thought, I didn't want to piss anybody off, to be honest with you. I was going to do something, but I thought, okay, no. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm catching up here. But not the UK. So the UK seems more closed off than the rest of the European Union. Yeah, I can see that. Tom, do you ever get frustrated about information overload? Absolutely. So many perspectives, so many people. What a rich tapestry we weave. Yeah, absolutely, man. There's so much to think about, and you got to just concentrate on certain things and block other stuff out if you're going to focus, because otherwise you'll get lost. Many people wish to know your specific Taco Bell. That's interesting. Keep it simple. Whatever the meat is, and just cilantro y cebolla y una salsita. Poco de lima. Look into Area 6. Yo, Patrick, gotta look at the UFO psychedelic connection. Yeah, a lot of people. I don't know about that. I mean, I caution people on advising them to use drugs, if I'm being honest. That's just my thing. People have their own thing. That's just not me. Has Patrick read the air report admitting they were testing a craft regarding Michael Herrera? That'll be in my video. That video is going to be coming out in about, week to a week and a half. It's going to be great, honestly. That's even without the Michael Herrera interview, it's still going to be great, because I got a lot of other interviews of people. It's going to be good. Would you consider doing an interview with Christina Gomez? Peter asked. Yeah, absolutely. She's great, man. I follow her stuff. She's really smart, organized, detailed. Someone to pay attention to for sure. Is there anyone you interviewed that they made you change your original opinion, thoughts on them? Helen, I mean, that's a great question. I don't have time to answer that. I wish I had more time to answer that, because that's a great question. Yes, people have, for sure. Over years that I've been podcasting, different interviews, absolutely. Take in new information, How often does your head spin from information overload? Every day. Do you have any thoughts about anti-gravity ARVs and faster than light travel? I mean, nobody wants my thoughts, guys. I'm not a scientist. You know what I mean? That would be awesome. I would really like to have a conversation with someone about that stuff. And I haven't yet. And that would be nice. But I'm sure a lot of it would go over my head. You should interview the guy who saw the levitating slab at Fort Bragg. I know who you're talking about. Was it with his dad? Is that what you're talking about? He's on Sean Ryan's show. Is that what you mean? That was good. That was a good one. Has Biden called you? I mean, clearly you don't mean Joe Biden, because that would be a dumb question. Do you think our government has a craft it's been using for bad intentions? Yeah, I'm sure. Is there government officials with chips? Okay. We haven't heard anything about the jellyfish UAP. Yeah. I don't know if we ever will, to be honest. Have you watched UAP Jerv video related to Herrera featuring Joey Is Not My Name? Yes, Joey Is Not My Name is who I've been working with on the Michael Herrera. Not working with, but he's been helping me. He's been very professional and great, to be honest with you. Is there things you're not telling us? Yeah, of course. You guys don't know everything about me. What was the stick that broke the camel's back and sent you down the rabbit hole of UFO, UAP, Layla? The James Fox interview I did. That really just sent me over the edge of yeah, let's do this. What do you think about the orbs and the Bledsoe guy? Not sure what that means. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to witness it. I'd need more information there. But his story is interesting for sure. I mean, we've covered Tim Taylor and the connection to Chris Bledsoe. So, yes, I'm fascinated by him for sure. Have you seen the UFOs and Nukes documentary by Robert Hastings? Yes, but I want to watch it again, to be honest with you. Have you heard of Area S6 or investigated it? Would be an interesting video. Yeah, you're right. I have heard of it, but I've not made a video on it, nor have I dove deep into it. Why hasn't anyone ever asked Bob Lazar the name of the program he was working in? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Was that asked? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can't think of that. But yeah, you're right. That is an interesting question. What's your opinion on bonkers stories from Bledsoe and others? I used bonkers one time. Now that's being thrown at me. I mean, that's a lot to answer right now. Yeah, the underwater anomalies getting blurred out on Google. I mean, there's probably a lot of stuff like that happens that we just don't catch, right? Let's be real. Thoughts on Skinwalker Ranch? I'm excited for this new episode, season to come out. I don't really watch the show, if I'm being honest. Just not my kind of show. I did at one time, but then, you just get, those shows kind of get old after a while. You kind of know, it's just not for me. But I do want to see some of the stuff that they've talked about. They might have a craft hidden or something they're going to release out. That's interesting. I don't know if they are, but have you ever been approached by Men in Black? Not the way you mean. No, I have not been approached by the government or anybody from the government. For sure. Not even a little bit. I think that's way overblown if people are saying they have. No offense, but whatever. Have you experienced a period of ontological shock from learning some of this? Yeah, some of the concepts are pretty out there, and some of it's kind of overwhelming to get for sure. All right, let me catch up here, y'all. Repurpose UAP program, Kona Blue, aka OSAP 2.0. Yes, I would like to cover that for sure. Absolutely. Have you considered going the James Fox route and making a feature-length doc? We've definitely talked about it. So I'm sure down the line, Vetted will put out something for sure. 100%. That could be a couple years. It takes a lot of planning, and I would want to do it right. But yes, I definitely have that in mind. If Trump is elected, do you think his admin will be more forthcoming with respect to disclosure? I don't think it really matters who's in charge. Be the same. Follow-up question. What James Fox interview was the detail that just made you flip? Just the overall, his documentary, Moment of Contact. It was on Lone Star Play. Just search that. Lone Star Play, James Fox. You'll find my interview with him. Have you heard of the underground pyramid in Alaska that is influencing humanity? Tom DeLong. I've heard about it. Do you pay attention to MUFON? I interviewed, if you go to the interviews playlist on Vetted, I interviewed one of the head people at MUFON, on the board of directors. I mean, it's interesting, for sure. They are connected to ufology, whether you like it or not. So, yeah, you got to kind of look into it, see what, Sure, a lot of great people that work there, right? The lady I interviewed was great. The huge craft that Ross talks about supposedly in South Korea, any word on that? I haven't heard any word on that. I don't think you're ever going to find out. I personally think it's in America, but that's just me. The Nazca mummies, yeah, April 4th. I'll be covering it. We'll see what happens. Presidents are temporary employees without the need to know. Yeah, exactly. What kind of food did you have in your food truck? Spanish food. Then I switched to a fusion of Mexican and Spanish and Texas food. Have you had a personal experience with the topic? I have not. I want to, though. Not going to lie. Even though I would be scared, I still want to do it, or I still want to see something or something. That would be great. Yeah, John Greenwald Jr. put out some video, right? John is supposed to come on VETTED, by the way. He has agreed to come on, but he was having problems with his computer and stuff. I'm sure you saw that on Twitter. So I will be following up with him on that, and I'm sure we'll figure that out for sure. But I have not seen that video, and I need to. There's so much to watch, y'all. Plus, it's been Easter weekend. I had it off. Lainey and Ben, hey, guys. Shout out to them, y'all. Go check out their channel. We're going to be setting up a collab with them, with VETTED. So that should be cool. Look out for that next week. Wow, what's April 4th? The Nazca Mummy are having another live stream out in Peru. Got my Vetter mug. Nice, Johnny. Heck yeah, man. Oh, what am I saying? You mean like this? I got you. Can you please interview Chris Sharp and Matt Ford? I have a feeling those guys would not come on the show. Right? If I'm getting blocked by Gary and, Danny and Luis and all these guys, those guys are all one camp, So I would love to. Maybe they would, but who knows? Will you interview Jack Sarfati? Yes, I would. He had a very interesting interview with Ashton Forbes that I saw part of last night. He's an interesting guy. I'd have to prepare for that interview, to be honest with you. Because I don't know how long I could handle him calling me a schmuck and stupid for 2 hours. Right? Poor Ashton. I got to be honest. Ashton was like, he handled it like a champ, man. He really did. He did this interview with Jack Sarfati, and Jack was very rude, man, if I'm being honest. And Ashton held it together, dude. And he handled it like a champ. What do you want me to say? He really did. So, oh my gosh, guys, I'm getting behind. I apologize. New Zealand, morning. If I got abducted by aliens, what would be my first question? Who's taking care of my dogs? Do you have a cat or dog? I have 2 dogs named Rocket and Mac. Where did you get the VETTED name idea? Was it protocol download? No, it wasn't. I just thought it'd be a cool name, honestly. And you kind of see what's available, what's out there. DIY Camo Guy, thank you so much, man. Annie Jacobson basically saying all of this is BS. Yeah, she's got an interesting story. There's not a lot of people. In fact, I never heard anyone with her story, which kind of makes me less likely to believe her story. For that reason, that it's just only her saying that stuff. But it is very interesting. I mean, she's smart. She's a smart lady, whether you agree with her or not. Jack is very sarcastic and he's taking chill pill. Yeah. I mean, but I would still interview him. He's interesting. You know what I mean? He's an interesting guy. Oh gosh. Sorry guys. Do you think the fact Mellon, Cahill, and Elizondo backed out of the Canadian disclosure issue because the military wasn't going to be involved shady? I don't know. I don't know enough about that. I mean, I obviously was there. You're talking about, when Grant Cameron came on the show and he talked about that. I need to know more about that to sort of go to that extent. But it's interesting, right, that those kind of meetings are taking place behind the scenes. And there's more than that, right? Who would you like to vet this year you haven't had a chance to? I don't know. It's more just what comes along, right? People's claims and whatever. That's really all we vet more than people, you know? Apparently being called by names by him is a rite of passage. Yeah, that's a weird rite of passage. Do you think we're the generation prep for disclosure? That's tough. Again, what kind of disclosure? Do you know if Gary Nolan still has you blocked? I mean, I guess I haven't checked, but I would imagine so. But, I mean, I actually have not checked. I don't go back and check that stuff. Again, guys, I don't comment on them. I don't follow them. I don't follow anybody on Twitter. 0 people for a reason. I don't comment on their stuff. So I don't know. It's not like something I check all the time. I don't, because it doesn't really matter to me, if I'm being honest, either way. There's a reason we don't follow anybody on Twitter. DIY camo guy again. Oh gosh, guys, I'm losing this. Thank you so much. What if all of this is BS? Alternative physics, like we develop things and hit it from academia? Yeah, I mean, that's the big, theory, right? Leading theory. And yeah, it would be catastrophic, honestly, if we've done that, because trying to get over that would be worse, right? They always say it's never the crime, it's the cover-up that is really the worst part, right? And that's kind of the same thing with this. So we'd almost have to be very forgiving and just kind of forget a lot of things and move on from it, which may be hard for some people. They want people to pay for past mistakes or past crimes or whatever. Like, we may have to get over that, I mean, if I'm being honest. Well, let me see if I can catch up here. Any idea was showed to Congress members in their UAP skiffs? Any idea what was showed to them? I'm not not stuff that had to do with aliens. That I do know. That's what Eric Burleson said. Do you think David Grush was acts like the Kona Blue program stated by the airport? It's a good question. I don't know. Vetted, what are your thoughts on reptoids harvesting human blood? I have 0 thoughts on that. If the species from elsewhere at roughly our intelligence level saw Earth from their planet, I don't think they would know life is here. Yeah. Glasgow. Scotland. Some guys are getting timed out. I don't know. I can't even see them. Good job. Hey, shout out to all the mods. This is not easy for them when I go live like this, So shout out to them for crushing it. Brookers, Daniel, everybody. Thank you, Jessica, Sage, Heiser. I don't know who I missed. Thank you, guys. I know it's not easy. Any other guest appearance on other shows? Yeah, I'm trying to collaborate more out there, y'all, with more people. And so I do have some other stuff lined up, to get out there, which I've enjoyed immensely. I saw Gary Nolan drinking out of a vetted mug. Oh, come on. That would be funny. That was going to be my April Fool's prank to y'all, was like, I got a Gary Nolan interview. You know what I mean? Danny Sheehan, Gary Nolan, both agreed to come on together. And Jon Stewart. Thought that would be funny. But it was like, okay, that'll be inside joke. Earth is the closest place NHI could be from. Do you think it's probable they're from Earth, just way ahead of us? Yeah, I mean, that idea is very interesting. Or from the past, right? Time travel, like, yes. Or just living here, ultra-terrestrial. Yeah, of course. That's a very intriguing idea. I'd almost prefer that, if I'm being honest, than extraterrestrial or interdimensional, that we just, lack of information, what we'd be up against. That sounds like being in the worst spot possible, very vulnerable as a society, right? So yeah. Do you believe the Betty and Barney Hill abduction story? I like that story. It's very fascinating. I got to be honest. I think we are not the first world to which they have shown themselves to the public. That's interesting. Oh, okay. I mod for Skyfire, and we got raided by the other night. It was madness. Oh, goodness. I don't know what you said there. LOL. Whoa, Clive. I don't know what that means, but sorry about that. Yeah. I heard a rumor that you might be going on Alien Girl. I hope that one is true. I don't know. I would. I said yes to somebody today. Was that Alien Girl? I don't know. Gosh, I feel bad. Now I'm trying to think in my head who it was. That could be right, actually. And I would. Either way, I would. Arrow says vetted doesn't exist. Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh. DIY camo guy. Your thoughts on Tom DeLonge? Cash grab or legit? Definitely not cash grab. Maybe there was some conversation after the fact. Like, I believe he believes in what he wants to do. And could he be saying to himself, "Oh, on top of that, we can make some money"? Yeah, that's America. That's America. But like, was he just going in it for cash and just screw everybody and stuff? Forget that. Holy cow. Legend, Matt, legend, my friend. Jesus, thank you. What's your favorite street bike style? Wow. What is my favorite street bike style? Oh gosh, I'm screwing this up. Let me think about that. My favorite street bike style. Like, do you oof, that's a tough one. I guess if you mean like chopper, like a motorcycle, or bicycle, because I'm not a motorcycle guy, so I wouldn't know. I would just say a chopper, and I wouldn't know a low boy. I don't know. There are some like low ones; those are cool. And I don't ride bicycles either. Gosh, I wish I had a better answer for you, Legend. Thank you so much for that. You did not have to do that. Yeah, Legend the Legend. I mean, if you have a name like Legend and then you do something like that, people are like, that's how you got the name. Right? Armstraw. Thanks for what you do, Patrick. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Interview observers. Andrea, that's a great idea. I was thinking about this idea of getting some people from Vetted, 5 or 6 people that have had experiences, and doing an interview show and putting that on the channel, let people tell their story, right? 5 or 6 different stories, give everyone 15 minutes or something and let them tell their story. That could be interesting. What do y'all think? The Dragon UAPs. I haven't, but I kind of have a little bit. What was your favorite interview on Lone Star Play? Oh, gosh, that's a tough one, man. I don't know. So many people. When are you starting your OnlyFans channel? What do you mean? Started that a year ago. Just kidding. It's called Only Pat. What hobbies do you do outside of this channel? Great question. I love just going to the park, hikes with my dogs, disconnecting. I like social media, the internet. I love disconnecting. I want to be off of it. So I like doing anything that's, going out with friends, eating. I love to eat. I love to go out to eat, and conversations. That's what I love to do. And chill, hang out with my family, my nephews. They're here right now. Oh gosh, I'm getting behind y'all. Godzilla versus Aliens. Ooh, that's a tough one. Aliens, probably. Thank you, all cut up. Appreciate that. Do you think David Grush's op-ed has been delayed due to the defense office holding it up? Yeah, well, I heard Dopser, it's just stuck in Dopser. That's what I heard. And, you know, look at Luis Elizondo's book. Look how long that's been taken to get approved. So that's what I heard. And then if they have to make a revision, then he has to send it back in. It's just like they don't move fast with that. So I don't think there's anything malicious there. You know what I mean? Patrick with the hat trick. That's right. I thought you liked to cook, Patrick. I do. What do you mean? Do you guys like nothing burgers? Those are delicious. We get a lot of them in ufology. If they can't be vetted, they can't be trusted. So I'm talking about Terrence. Hey, that's a great little tagline, right? The Havana Syndrome. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in that. We talked about that early in the stream. Definitely interested in that. What happens with that? That will be... That's interesting. Let's be real. Because that's real world, events, right? That could have some sort of connection to the phenomena. Something to study. Something to, look at data for, right? To investigate. Do you think Corbell could be part of a PSYOP? I mean, they say that about everybody. It's kind of like pointless to really think about it, if I'm being honest. You'll drive yourself nuts. The benefits don't, the cons against thinking like that are far outweigh the pros. Oh gosh, sorry y'all. Do you know I'd anyone ask Travis Taylor or Jay Stratton if they work with Grush when they worked at UAPTF? Yeah, Jay Stratton was his boss there. Do you think David Grush would show proof that he's being held up by Dobson or that he actually went to Dobson? I'm sure he would. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thing to lie about. I think you can FOIA that, so you know what I mean? I don't know why he would want to lie about that. What was the last big bit of information? I believe Grush, but I expected an investigation. Yeah, the whole Grush thing is kind of fizzled out, right? Like, what's going on with his stuff? Just kind of like fizzled away. Like, are we going to come back to that? There's no like place where you get the update from. It just comes from all these different places and you don't really know like who's keeping track of it, right? Who's keeping track of this investigation? That's the frustrating part, I think. What are your thoughts on people whom state they have been taken? I don't have any thoughts on that. That sounds horrific. I would just listen to their story. Would never judge. It's impossible to sort of judge somebody on something like that. So, do you believe Luis Elizondo ever run an official UFO program for the Pentagon? Yes, I do. A-tip. Could there be some misunderstanding about its effectiveness or what they covered? Yeah. But was there a program that he was ahead of? Yeah, for sure. How big was that program? What did it do? Okay, that's where the discussion is. You've mentioned you are a lucid dreamer. Have you any extraordinary experience within a dream? All kinds. Dude, some of my dreams have been just like amazing, where I'm just like, I don't want to wake up. This is great. Because I can do anything I want in my dreams. I like know I'm in the dream, so I just like can do anything I want. And that's interesting to me. Heiser says, I heard they want Grush op-ed to be checked by Arrow too. Oh, that's interesting. You might be right, actually, Heiser. Good call on that. That could that's definitely going to hold it up. Let's be real. Grush is supposed to have a book coming out. That I haven't heard about. Where did you hear that on? Andrea. I hope I'm saying that right. Andrea. I have not heard about David Grush having a book coming out. Do you know when the program film will be released by James Fox? Yes, summer. Well, according to him, the last time he talked about the release date was summer of this year, 2024. Late summer. So, into July, August. But that could change based on the distribution deal he gets, right? So when is the Matt Laszlo interview? We're in touch. He's just really busy. So we're just trying to find a time with Easter and all this stuff coming up. We're just trying to find a time to do that. So I'm sure within the next couple weeks, but who knows, right? If he gets busy, that has to be a good reason to bring him on. And if he's, you know what I mean? And he's busy as well. And he's been doing a lot of interviews. So, but yes, definitely. And keep asking me about that. No problem. Keep reminding me. Any stories from friends or family that have seen or experienced? Oh, yeah. Lots of people I know told me all kinds of stories. People I totally trust and, believe and would go into battle with, right, have told me stories. So, and, they're not crazy. Has David Grush released his op-ed? No, they have not. Do you think there's a connection between the alien UAP phenomena and the New World Order? Quite possibly. Depends how much you believe in either one of those things. And what you mean exactly by that, right? New World Order. What does that mean exactly? What do you mean by that? All right, Johnny. Have fun back at work, man. Don't work too hard. Would you snitch on a loved one for humanity when humanity isn't that good? Snitch on a loved one? I don't know what that means. I'm not going to snitch on anybody. No more books, please. I don't think the books matter. I think people are caught up on the books, but if people want to have books, I don't know. I think what more people are frustrated by is that there's stuff in the books that you wish they would just talk about. But if it then later came out in a book, you probably wouldn't be as mad. But it's the fact that it's held for 2 years and, that's probably what more the frustration is, right? Which I understand. I get it. Again, hiding sort of secret information behind a paywall. It's sus. Patrick, would you go under hypnotism to seeing if you had seen a UFO and you suppressed it? I would consider that option for sure. I would. I'd have to know more details about what that means, who's doing it, what are the effects, right, of being hypnotized, right? Because I apparently cannot be hypnotized. That's what I was told. What does that mean? I don't know. By those people that come to events and they'll hypnotize different people on stage and stuff. I apparently I can't be hypnotized like that. So maybe in another environment I can be, But yeah, I would be open to it. Mark Ricker, thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much, man. You didn't have to do that. We appreciate you at VETTED. People are more pissed about being lied to than anything else. Yeah, totally understand, Terrace. I totally get it. And the longer you're in this and the more you're lied to, the more upset you are, right? So, I get it. I totally understand. I do. Oh, gosh. Okay. Brooker says, I would love to be hypnotized. I'm sure I've just never had an experience. Yeah. I'd be a little scared, but I'd go for it. What if there was just something like, I've been suppressing some crazy story like that? That's terrifying, right? What if all of humanity their memories have been suppressed, right? With some about our true nature, right? Who we are. Is that a movie? I'm sure it is. Who's going to light the fire into Congress asked to do that? Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Red Panda Koala. Hi, Patrick. If you could interview people from ufology history who have passed away, who would you interview and why? Boy, that's a great question. I wouldn't know their names, but I would want to talk to people from centuries ago about this. some of their sightings, some of these religious sightings, right? So maybe, ancient people, that's honestly who I'd want to interview. I don't know. That may be a weird answer. I wish I could think about that question more, Red Panda. That's a great question. Yeah, like the Pope, like 200-300 years ago. That's who I want to talk to, or even longer. What will happen during the final disclosure? Who knows? Why did you make fun of the whole UFO community? What? Oh, Kelly. Oh, Kelly's back, y'all. Okay, I'm not reading her answers. Can you please interview Richard Dolan? Dude, he would be great. Richard Dolan, I would love to interview. You skipped my question, Clinton. I'm sorry, brother. What is it? There's a lot going on, Clinton, as you can see. Tip your waitress tonight, brother. Yeah, always tip your waitresses, for sure. Thank you. You are correct. What do you think will come first? World War III or disclosure? Again, what kind of disclosure? That's a hard question to ask. So I'm not sure what that means. Brooker says, something pulls me to the subject, yet have seen nothing. Yeah, Brooker's, I'm the same way. I'm exactly like that. That's the same thing. Do you think aliens and people can coexist on the same planet, even though it's proving difficult for humanity? Yeah, I think we can, because I think we all probably deal with the same stuff, and I think it's totally possible. Maybe even better. Maybe even, better. We learn a better way to coexist. Stanton Friedman, yeah, he'd be a great person to interview from the past, 100%. And I've said him before, too. 100%. He definitely would be, without a doubt, man. Okay. All right. Let me catch up here, y'all. What was my favorite color? Red. Justin B. Oh, dude. Relax, brother. Clinton, have you ever heard of Eric Matthew Gary, the first prime minister of Grenada that went to the United Nations with proof of UFOs, along with J. Allen Hynek, 97? If not, please do a piece on it. Okay. Appreciate that. If aliens created humans, how would that affect humanity? I mean, a lot of people think we've been created, right? We have a creator. So I don't think, honestly, I think that would comfort a lot of people, if I'm being honest. I have thought of getting hypnotized to be questioned about what I've seen in the sky and lost time. I drew a pic of it, then I forgot the details. Yeah, Remedy, if you ever try it, let us know how that goes. I would be curious to know what that experience is like. Simple question, yet convoluted. When I try to film the skies, I'm see with my eyes on the phone. Camera is different. Do you think phone cams are designed to camouflage certain things? It's possible. People have said that. People say you need different kinds of filters and, all kinds of stuff. Have you ever had a sighting of a UAP? I haven't. But again, I want to. I've seen stuff and then later, moments later, able to figure out what it is. But there's been a couple moments where I'm like, oh, no. And then, it's kind of a letdown. Being hypnotized might make you believe something that isn't true. Absolutely. That's a great point. Who would you like to be interviewed by? Terrence. Oh, that's an interesting question. That's a great question, man. I don't know. That's a great question, though. I don't know. Nobody. Maybe myself. I don't know. That's a great question. Mark says, I'm sure you always tip, brother. That's just what the $10 was for. Right on, man. I'll definitely pay that forward. You got it. Peter said, what do you think the chance of UAPs actually being top secret black budget aircrafts? I mean, part of them, right? Truth is probably in the middle, right? I'm sure no matter what all of this is, there are some sightings that are our own advanced tech. That's just a given to me. Did Thomas Winterton have Havana syndrome on Skinwalker Ranch? I mean, haven't quite a few people on Skinwalker Ranch have had issues, right? All kinds of different stuff happened to them. That's interesting, for sure. Yeah, Beyond Cosmic says radiation could be the reason cameras don't work and could be the reason Department of Energy is involved. I mean, radiation is a big part of the phenomena, right? People having issues with that, for sure. Vetted says, or Heather says, what's your favorite dinosaur? Don't have one. Oh gosh. Do you think that some sort of disclosure will happen within 1 year from today? I mean, more information will come out, but it will probably frustrate more people than not. Again, until the craft is out and you can go visit it at a museum and alien body stuff, nobody's going to be happy. Right? Because it's just going to be more stories until we have evidence. Now, the stories will be intriguing and exciting, and we're going to get closer and closer because, again, once they bring out the first-hand witnesses, that's it. There's past that is evidence and proof. You can't just keep bringing out first-hand witnesses. So, oh gosh, hang on. What would be sufficient evidence of a physical nature for you to personally believe a person's abduction claim? Photos, medical records, environmental tests. I don't think it's important whether I believe it or not, or anybody, but if that makes sense, right? I don't think that really matters. But yes, the more evidence a person have to present about their story always helps their cause, right? For anybody, not just me. Do you think the government have AI already? I don't know what that means. I mean, we have AI. You mean like advanced AI or something? Ashton at Sarfadian's podcast yesterday was an entertaining show. Yes, it was. I guess when I say New World Order, I mean unelected plutocrats, oligarchy, international bankers. Could ETs be working with them? It's possible that they're part of the phenomena, has agreements with certain people in power on Earth. Sure. Absolutely, it's a possibility. A lot of people believe that and show instances how that, examples of how that's working. Who is your personal favorite UAP news source? I don't have one. I don't have favorites, y'all. You don't have a favorite dinosaur? Nope. What about an interview with Dr. Greer, Patrick? Yes. He charges money, though, so that could be really hard to get, if I'm being honest. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm getting way behind here. Yeah, News Nation is great for sure. When are you having Jeremy Corbell on? I have messaged Jeremy Corbell and have not heard back. So, again, I'm probably going to wake up one day and he's blocked me too. Can you please interview or go on Jesse Michaels or Danny Jones? It's not up to me, man, but I definitely, those guys are awesome. So I would definitely do it. Or have them on my show. Why do many people think that most things related to UFOs only happen in the U.S.? Is it happening all over the world, and are the intelligence services working on it? Yes, it's definitely happening all over the world. I don't think anyone thinks it's just happening in America. We just talk about it in America because we're in America. So we just talk about here, and Americans are very America only. And that's just what we do. Yeah, I think the majority of people are aware that it's a worldwide phenomenon. Shaq saw a UFO. A lot of people have, man, I'm telling you. Are we still live here? Everything good? Seemed like it stopped for me. Oh, okay. No, it's going. All right. Sorry. All right, let's see here. All right, let me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh, you get behind once, y'all, on this, and it's over. All right, I'm just gonna go down to the bottom here. Do you think you may have another interview with Grant Cameron again? Yeah, I would like to, for sure. We planned on it. Just, gets busy. That's just essentially what happens. Good here. Okay, yeah, sorry, I don't know, my thing. Don't say dirty words. What? Okay. John Lennon saw a UFO in NYC. YouTube his short interview description of it. Okay. Oh, interesting. UFOs are everywhere. Yep. Look, let me just say this real quick. Tomorrow I'm interviewing Ashton Forbes. Okay. So I think some people are going to be very upset about that. But look, here's my reasoning. One, oh, hang on, y'all. Oh, gosh. Hang on. 2 seconds. Hang on, y'all. My camera went out. Hang on 2 seconds. Did that work? There, we're back. MIB attacking y'all. They're coming after me. No, I'm kidding. We got it. Too much Vaseline. Jesus. What kind of live stream you think I'm running? This isn't my OnlyFans account. Just kidding. Yeah, so I'm bringing Ashton on, okay? And my reasoning is, one, he was supposed to go on Joe Rogan and do an interview, right? So I think, to be fair, I have not really dug into the videos. And I was kind of a little dismissive of him at the beginning. And I don't think I gave Ashton a fair shot. And we have put water on the bridge between him and I. So I just wanted to bring him on and give him a fair chance on my show to present his evidence. And I'm going to ask my own questions, right? And that's all it is. I want to do the interview that he was going to do on Joe Rogan, but he'll do it unvetted. That's it. That's the pitch, essentially. So going to have him on, let him tell a story, and then we're moving on from that. Let him present his best evidence, whatever. I'm going to have my own questions, and we're going to have a nice civil conversation about it. And I think as we move forward, we need to be able to have conversations like that. So, what better way to do it than? That's it. So, and I get it. Some people are going to be like, I'm skipping it. I'm not doing it. No problem. You don't have to watch every video I do. That doesn't mean I won't do it. Right? You can tell me all day long you're going to skip it. It's not going to keep me from doing it. Right? And that's fine. Again, you don't have to watch every video I do. Yes, the MH370 videos. I'll be recording it tomorrow. When it comes out, I don't know. Could be the next day. Could be a couple days. Could be a few days. Depends what kind of editing I need to do. But I will be doing that tomorrow. All right. I love Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd's awesome. Greer supposedly has some stuff coming out he's releasing. I just saw a recent interview of him talking about releasing some stuff. So, I don't know. No editing. Give it to us raw. Calm down, Rob. Jeez. Holy cat. Listen to Rob. Give it to us raw, Rob. You kiss your mom with that mouth. I'm just kidding. Rob. Yes. Yeah. But there's still a little something I got to cut off on each end. I got to add other things. It's not like you edit, but you edit, if that makes sense. Do you think cryptids like Bigfoot are real and somehow related to UFOs? Some people think they are. Man, I interviewed a cryptozoologist on my other podcast a few years ago. I mean, that guy's absolutely convinced, right, of stuff. And he was a smart guy, and I think it's very interesting, for sure. No doubt about that. Yeah, his vault files, something with Greer. He's like putting out stuff like, terabytes of data and all this. I mean, who knows? A Brandon Fugel interview would be cool, to be honest with you, about Skinwalker. He seems very open to want to have conversations. And again, I don't care what people believe, but are they willing to just have a conversation, right? How do they express those beliefs? And I can respect him for that. I'll be honest. I can respect him for that. Same way I respect Ashton for coming on. Vetted. He's not blocking me. I mean, he did at one point, but he unblocked everybody, right? And he's been cool, and he doesn't mind coming on. He doesn't mind me asking questions. And if I'll be honest, what I saw him do with Jack Sarfati yesterday, I thought, wow, that guy can really hold it together if he wants to, right? Like I'm telling you, he handled that interview like a champ, like a pro, like a professional interviewer. So, again, what's your view on Oumuamua? Very interested by it, if I'm being honest. I interviewed Avi Loeb. We talked about it. Fascinating, right? Absolutely fascinating. Do you ever get depressed when you research these topics about all the info being hidden from mankind? Yeah, sometimes, for sure. There's some stuff that can make you depressed or sad about certain things. Really like people's personal experiences, right? When they talk about being abducted and terrified. And I mean, that's depressing to think about. I reckon Brandon Fugel would say yes to VETTED. I bet you're right. Again, we have a booker that's going to start reaching out for us. Part of the VETTED team, they're going to start reaching out to try to get interviews. So I bet we're going to have way more luck that way, rather than me just DMing on Twitter, which works as well. Does Fugel have any government contracts like Bigelow? I don't think so, but I don't know that for sure, if I'm being honest. Oh gosh. Do you ever just watch the sky? Because the bloody things are everywhere here. Yeah, I watch the sky all the time. I don't see anything. Is Richard Nolan a lying Men in Black, or do we assume they all lie? Richard Nolan. What does disclosure mean for you? That's a great question. Everyone should ask themselves that question. I don't really have an answer for you. That's a great question. That is a good question. What is your advice on starting a UFO subject in a family dinner without offending their belief? Just remember, we're talking about anything. It's just being respectful, listening, trying to understand their position and not gaslighting their position, right? Maybe steel-manning it back, meaning you repeat it back and try to understand their position, not making up stuff to make yours sound better. And just you agree to disagree. Just be respectful. You can talk about anything when you're being respectful and not judging. Imagine doing an interview with Representative Luna or Burchett. Yeah, I would potentially, but they do so many interviews, like there's really just no point. I mean, I guess it would be cool, but I need a reason to do the interviews for the most part. Not always, Would you interview NDT? Yeah, probably. I'm sure I would. We are not hiring, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Heather, apologize. Hit up Daniel, though. Might need some mods for Discord. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. Tom Quinn, thank you. Disclosure will never come from the government. It will come from us. Yeah, absolutely. Chris Leto interview. Yeah, I would do that for sure. Again, that'd have to be a reason, though. Do you think an NHL will interview if nuclear war was imminent? I hate to say it, but that'd be a good indication if there's something there or not. If we blow ourselves up and they didn't do anything to stop it, and they could, right? That's interesting. Which country do you believe would more likely to make a formal announcement? That's a great question. I don't know. Definitely not America first. Although we want to lead in that, I don't know. That's a tough one, actually. It could end up being America in the weirdest way. Just all of a sudden one day, it just happens. I could also see that happening. Do you think Republicans should look more into UAPs rather than Hunter Biden? I don't want to get political out of this era. I mean, both sides, all politics sucks to me. Rob, have you heard that the protocols don't allow for caffeine, ADHD stimulants, weed? And if so, will the protocol ever work for you? Yeah, I drink a lot of caffeine. I don't have stimulants or weed, but caffeine I do drink. Do you meditate? I have, but I don't currently. You got to put the invite link in the description. Invite for, Discord? It is. The Discord link is in the description. If all the government hiding tech is seen everywhere, don't you think it's bigger than the government is seen in other countries, or is it just near our bases? Yeah, absolutely. Totally. I don't think one government has any, major control over all of it. How do you define disclosure? Again, there's different parts to disclosure. I don't think that can be a true definition. Maybe just the public understanding the basic fact that we're not alone, like that fact becoming reality, I guess, is the most basic disclosure. Okay, sorry, I'm getting behind here. Would you like to interview Bashar? I don't know who that is. Astral projection, I don't know anything about that. Thank you, Patrick. Don't become vetted 2.0. I don't know what that means. If you could time travel to the future but never come back, would you do it? I guess it just depends what I got going on at the moment. Am I going alone? Can I bring my family? That's a tough one. If I have a family and stuff, if I have responsibilities, I'm not doing it. I mean, that's what responsibilities are. You're from Brazil. Soraya, pleasure. Do you believe in the Varginha case, moment of contact? Yeah, I mean, that case is fascinating. And again, James Fox's documentary about it got me super intrigued, right? Enough to get this show going. So, yes, I'm very intrigued by that case. And I want to see this video that supposedly James is trying to get about it. I wonder if he'll ever come back around on that. I bet he will after this documentary. In the past, you have brought up skeptics on your show. You have brought skeptics on your show. Why? That's an interesting question. What do you mean? How do you define skeptic? And what do you mean? Why wouldn't you bring different people with different viewpoints on your show? That doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't do that. My question back to you would be, why wouldn't you do that? right? Let's be real. Again, just because someone comes on Vetted and talks doesn't mean I agree with everything they're saying, for Christ's sakes. What are we talking about here? And if you just want a UFO show that, I guess, only tells you UFOs are real and all these stories, and if that's what you want, there's hundreds of those shows. You don't need to come here for that, right? Those shows are out there. That's not what Vetted is. And I'm not going to change Vetted into just another show. You know, you can get all the other things you want Vetted to be somewhere else. But Vetted is its own thing. And the Vetted is becoming more than just me. It's the community that's here. That's really what Vetted has become, right? Again, people that don't want to come on Vetted or be part of it, has nothing to do with me. It's that they see that there's so much engagement in the comments and people asking questions too. Like, they're like, if I go on there, that's what's going to happen. Right? So, again, Vetted is more than that. But I'm not trying to... Of course I would have people with different viewpoints on. Like, without a doubt. Linda Moulton Howell, yeah, I would. Yes, Three Body Problem. Check it out, y'all. I heard Joe Rogan lit up uber skeptic debunker Michael Shermer. Yeah, there you go. Bring him on your show and, you know, people can go at it like adults. Oh gosh. Okay. It's good to have skeptics. Everyone's opinion matters just as long as you're not trying to shove it down someone's throat. Yeah. And that's vice versa. Right? That goes for anyone's beliefs, right? Again, for me, it's just, are people cool? If they're nice and cool, I want to talk to them. That's it. Again, I don't care what your beliefs are. Just how do you express those beliefs? That's my only concern. Disagreeing with someone is where you learn. Hearing other thoughts is how you learn. I promise you. That's how you learn. You don't learn only hearing what you already know. How would you learn that way? Oh, gosh. Okay, sorry, y'all. Yeah, shout out to the mods again. Dude, they're just killing it. Look, I'm only going to go for 10 more minutes, okay, till 1:30 here. And again, going to do this every month on the 1st. So the 1st of every month, where no matter the day it lands on, we'll do a live stream. And then again, I'll just throw in some surprise ones here and there. I might do one on the 4th here in just a few days for the Nazca Mummies again. The last Nazca Mummies live stream. A lot of people joined in and wanted to see it. Didn't go very well for them, but we'll see how they do it again. Are you interested in seeing the new reported X-Files show being developed by Ryan Coogler? Hell yes. That's going to be awesome. Ryan Coogler is awesome. I love his stuff, and that would be great. I mean, X-Files is clearly, I'm a fan, right? Yeah, Christina Gomez or Jimmy Church, man, both shout out to them. They do a great job. Of course, I would love to collaborate with them. There's honestly a lot of cool people to collaborate with. You know, you don't have to like change who you are or become somebody different or, you know what I mean, fall victim to the same thing every show does. You can do your own thing and find your way. That's totally possible. Oh gosh, okay. Oh, these comments are funny. Are you worried that YouTube might censor this new QAQ series? QAQ, I don't know what that is. Recently found your channel, really enjoying it. Yes, I'm the one who leaves 5 or more comments on a video as I comment as I watch. OL. Hey, no worries at all. A lot of people do that, and I'm zero problem with that. Again, the comment section is for y'all to leave your comments. It's your town square. I try not to, get involved or censor it in any way. There are messages that get set aside for me to review, and I just have to approve them, and they go right in. And that's generally what I do. It's very rare that I pull a comment. I mean, it's super rare. But sometimes if your comment doesn't show up, that's what's happening. But yeah, absolutely. I don't mind. Comment away. That's what it's for. I hope you find great people to converse with. I see a lot of people having great conversations. Hi, Patrick. I'm joining late today. Did anyone already ask when the next Congress event will be? Nobody asked that, and that's a great question. I want to know as well what's happening with all that. Who knows, right? You say, well, we just need to give some time. Well, it's April, but we're in April, so I don't know what's happening. All these whistleblowers are supposed to come out, 40 this year. We've had 0. I don't know. We'll just have to keep waiting. Keep waiting and see. Is Chris Little back? Yeah, I believe he's back posting videos. 100%. Thanks, Terrence. Yeah, community is awesome here, man. Again, VETTED has grown much larger than, it's not about me. Which is why the majority of videos are for y'all that I put out. Every once in a while, I put out a video just for me. Because I also need to feel engaged with this topic and feel engaged with the channel and everything, right? And with y'all. So every once in a while, I put out a video that's like, that's for me. But the majority of the videos, I think y'all are going to want to see. Not what I want to see, but what I think y'all want to see. And that includes me as well. But, just how it goes. What do you think of Lou saying people will be somber when they find out? Somber makes me a little worried. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you'd have to be worried. I mean, that's it. You'd have to be worried. Because again, even if these beings are like, no, we're friendly, you can't trust that. You can't trust that. Or there'll just be side effects that have no malintention, but it just happens. We just die from it. Diseases we're not aware of. Scenarios we would not be aware of. If there was a mass, sort of, right? I don't even know the right term, right? Moving into society, right? Aliens, and it just becomes public, and it's a phenomenon. We're all just mixing publicly all the time. Like, there's probably going to be things we're not prepared for that would happen. To have 300 in your live. I don't even know how many's on live. I haven't known this whole time how many people have been watching. I have zero idea. I don't see that number. I don't really focus on that. I just try to look at all the comments and answer, the best I can. But yes, whoever showed up, whoever's here, thank you. I appreciate you 100%. Couldn't do it without you guys. Yeah, I'm the only one that mods the channel comments. It's me alone. So if there's any issue with the comment you have, probably no issue, because again, I don't mess with them. I just go to the review part, the comments that get set aside for me to review, and I pretty much hit like on all, approve on all of them. But we keep links set aside because we were getting spammed for links, people pretending to be vetted to get you to click on a link for WhatsApp and scam you for crypto and stuff. So I had to put a stop on all the links and comments so that nobody could get scammed, But a lot of people were coming in pretending to be vetted. So I had to put a squash on that. So I just approve comments with links. That's basically the majority of what it is. Okay, guys, 4 minutes. Get your last questions in. Bob Lazar is interesting, man. I still want to keep covering that. I don't know enough about it. You get pulled both ways. You got people that just think it's all BS, other people that don't. I really haven't done quite the deep dive on it that I should. I mean, I have, but I haven't. Thanks, Donald. I appreciate you. What are your thoughts on reincarnation and the phenomena? That's a great question, man. I don't have enough time to answer that. That's a great question. Has anyone asked Richard Doty why he doesn't have an NDA? I still think he's pushing disinformation. Yeah, and why won't Doty come unvetted? He has also declined to come unvetted. Again, I think that's their strategy is like, oh, we'll just, whatever. That'll smoke Patrick out. He'll have to close down the channel if we don't go on. It's not going to happen, y'all. Oh. Bruno wants to know if I'm on OnlyFans. Yes, guys. Remember, check out Only Patrick. It's great. Oh, man. Do you know anything about the phenomena that you haven't disclosed on your channel? Nothing you'd be interested in. I mean, just stories and stuff. Stuff you guys have heard. But just haven't talked about on the channel. You know what I mean? Stuff you guys already know. I don't have any sources. I don't have any secrets, y'all. I'm open. I told y'all the last live stream I did that I got approached to be in a secret group, right? And I said no. Give a like, folks. Yeah, that'd be awesome. If not, I get it. It's all good. I've seen 2 UFOs. Hell yeah. God, I want to see a UFO, y'all. Maybe like a UFO vetted watching party or something. I don't know. Like I live stream the sky with y'all and see if I see something. I don't know. That could be cool. Thank you. Real quick, I only got a couple minutes left here. I want to say thank you to all the mods, man. They are amazing. Thank you for the time that they put in. Guys, you have no idea how much work they do to do this. Like, it's a big deal that they have to be paying attention the whole time to everybody, right? And try to engage. And, it's not easy to do what they do. In fact, I would argue what they're doing is harder than what I'm doing. That's the truth. Because I'm just reading stuff and answering and, they're having to actually, really zone in on what you guys are saying and what's going through. So trust me, what the mods are doing is a lot of hard work. So, and to be fair, I don't really see anybody giving them pushback or anything. So thank y'all for being cool like that. We can all be adults and talk about these things. So thank you guys, but huge, I cannot say it enough. Huge shout out to the mods, man. And to Daniel Clancy again for getting our Discord going. We got a lot of stuff coming up with that. I think we're going to have a meeting here this week to discuss more things we can do to expand it. Daniel's doing a great job running all that and everyone helping him. Jessica, there's so many people. Heiser, everyone's doing. Sage, Brookers. Just thank you to everyone. So really, I mean that. And thank you to everyone that left, super chats. Just amazing. You don't have to do that. So if you do, I do appreciate it. It definitely goes to help run the channel, right? Keep this going. So thank y'all. And look, if you want to, we had another Patreon. Even during Easter weekend, we had a great Patreon this past Saturday. So if you're interested in joining that, it's just like a private Zoom. Just like this, except it's private. And we just hang out and talk on camera with each other for 2 hours. Loosey-goosey. So if you're interested in that, go to vetted.show. Our website, again, there's links in the description. You can join that as well. So thank y'all again for everything. Thank you guys for all the support. I really do appreciate it. We got some great videos coming out this week, y'all. Okay. I kind of went on a little lull, kind of pulled back a little bit so I can come out swinging. Okay. So I got a lot of great stuff planned for April. I can't be popping off every video. I gotta, let things settle, and then boom, we're going to get it going. So there's some great videos going to be coming out, y'all. So, all right. We'll see you guys on tomorrow's episode. I'll be in the live chat, as always, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, y'all. Remember, every day's a gift. Peace, y'all.